Hello, Jennifer Tochi here. Feeling a little nerdy today on this here Bloody Sunday. Can't believe it. I made this tape yesterday and darn it, then decided to erase it for some reason or other. By accident, of course. Well, maybe I fell asleep on my phone. Oops. Okay. And I'm going to do a Bloody Sunday with Ogre yelling at ya. Nerds! And I am focusing today on Unleashed with Jet Li, Morgan Freeman, Bob Hoskins. And if you haven't seen this movie, I don't know why, because I love this movie. Yes, especially the unrated version, I might add. Even though it's more for swearing than for anything else, but decided to focus on the one scene where Danny has been raised all his life by a crime boss who's played by Bob Hoskins, and a leash gets put around his neck, and he barely doesn't do anything. Not a leash, a collar. Okay, a collar gets put around his neck, and for some reason my phone keeps changing. And yes, you may hear cricket back there. He gets a collar on him, and every time the collar's on him, the he's a good boy. He's like a placid dog. But once you take the collar off, his Bob Hoskins says, "Get him," or "Kill them," and that's what he does. The crime boss is like collects. He's like a bookie in Japan, and poor Danny's kept in a metal cage. He eats dog food from cans, and everybody who works with that crime boss is an a-hole to him. But then along comes Morgan Freeman, a blind piano tuner, and as Danny is waiting to attack, Morgan comes in to this room full of pianos and says, "Is there somebody there?" And he asks him to. You could sense that Danny's was a little scared of him, I think. So he asks him to help him tune the piano. And Danny's finally talking to him. But Danny was supposed to keep his eye. I will kill the phone one day. Hey! Shh! My goodness. Okay. Yes, but Danny is supposed to be waiting for a light to start flashing. His so-called owner tells him to watch the red light, and if it starts flashing, to come in and attack. But he takes his eyes away, and the red light starts going off, and he doesn't see it for a few. So everybody else gets beaten up, and then Danny comes in and beats everybody up. But then on that same day, they get in a big car wreck with Danny and everybody else in the car. And Danny takes off with his collar still on and meets Morgan Freeman. And I don't know why. I would never do this, but Morgan Freeman asks him to come live with him and his 18-year-old niece. Now, right there, I wouldn't do that to a guy who I couldn't see and didn't really talk much and was kind of stinky because he lived in a metal cage in a basement. But it's a movie, hey, about a guy who thinks he's a killer dog. But eventually, the crime boss finds him. Danny thinks he's dead. And Danny tells him to get him a new collar. And Danny says that he won't hurt people anymore. He won't kill people anymore. But the boss has him in a new match to go to the death against somebody. He's bet a lot of money on it. So he takes his collar off and Danny says, no hurt. No more hurt. And his owner then pushes him down takes off his collar and pushes him down in the pit where he's supposed to fight the guy to the death. And wonderful, wonderful work at the choreography. I know the word, but I can't say it right now. Cricket's driving me nuts. Okay. Choreography of the fight. Danny is just, when the guy tries to kick him, he moves away. And so then Bob throws a weapon down, and 5 other people come down there to go hurt him. And finally, he does have to fight. And kills all the people. And that was a horrible scene. Oh my gosh, the people died. And there's blood all over. There's blood all over in that scene. So I think I'm going to pick out that scene for Bloody Sunday. And spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, Danny gets away again. The boss gets killed. Danny's a nice boy. Moves away with Morgan Freeman, the blind piano tuner, and with his niece to New York. So, I guess I should have said spoiler alert much longer before that, but it's worth the watch. It is. I looked at this movie and I go, ooh, cute guy. Unleashed. Cute guy. So that's why I picked it out. I didn't read anything about it, but ooh, cute guy. Okay. And that's why I picked it out. And it's a great movie. I like it. So there's your Bloody Sunday, Mr. Need Gore, or Corey, as I like to call you. It's on Sunday. It's made. Hooray. Goodbye.